just kind of got the diagnosis of PTSD, and I had already gone through a couple like manic episodes, and I had already made an attempt on my life going from active to reserve when I was in the reserve.
Well, I was more trying to prepare myself for becoming a widow.
Circumstances fell.
What was it? Last year I had a gun in my head.
The waves around your feet.
That's not in my future anymore.
Your quality of life now as a result of your symptoms, what number would you grant it?
Quality, 1 or 2. It's pretty bad. I have a problem maintaining my anger and aggression levels, and they manifest physically, and I start destroying things.
And I'm just like, man, if regular people saw what I had to go through, they would tell me to run.
A painful section of your being that's almost too painful to look at directly. Perpetual negative energy, like a black hole. That's what it feels like.
The primary thing that really kind of set me into a downward spiral was I had a sexual assault experience when I was deployed, and I never really pursued it. I left it as a closed case. I didn't want to dredge up all that anger and pain and just to put somebody on the stand and have them be responsible. And to be honest with you, I didn't even see the people. Is more of them and one of me. So I remember that first week I was back, and I said something to my NCO, and it's like, I don't feel right, I don't want to talk about kind of what happened out there. I feel kind of jacked up, and I got laughed off, and so I dropped it, and I left it alone, and sleep got worse, mood got worse, the drinking got worse, and kind of got the diagnosis of PTSD. And when I was in the reserves, I made an attempt on my life, and they kind of fast-tracked me on the way out to getting health care through the VA, and I ended up separating. I met Mark Squibb. He's actually a relative of my wife, an uncle, and never met him before. He'd been out in Colorado, and we just got to chatting, and he held out an olive branch, I guess is the way to put it. He said, if you can make it out to my place, we'll give something a shot. At that point, I was turning into a zombie. I couldn't stand up. I was stage 3 hypertension. Just had wild blood pressure issues, and some energy was just either off the charts or not there at all. And so
I had a pretty bad accident where I got T-boned on my bicycle by a pickup truck. I got a concussion from that. And, during my deployment, I really rather not say what happened. But
Was there an injury during your deployment?
Give me currency.
no, not an injury, but
Just trauma.
just a trauma.
Okay, that's fine.
So over the course of a week, I spent several sessions on the bike, at least 15 minutes at a time, more than once a day.
I got the whole map in my head lit up. I don't even like, it's all there now. It's not like that. Not that.
And after the first few things, hard to describe at the time, I immediately felt like, the physical response to the treatment was something that I had never expected to happen.
When I got up and I stood up and started moving around, I felt really light, but like still like shaky. Like you can't really see it, but I feel like I have small tremors. Like everything's kind of like vibrating, like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's not the same as Thursday now, is it? What do you think just happened?
I had a release and it felt like a cramp, like letting go of my head, and I don't know what we did, but it kind of gave me pins and needles in my brain in places that I just didn't even feel before, and I feel like some part of me has been like reignited. I don't know. It's great. I feel very confused.
Okay, and the confused, do you feel calm or excited or anxious or what?
I'm just here. I'm here. I was put here. I arrived here. I did all the things. I'm still here. I'm really thankful for the opportunity to. Right now, out of 10, I'm a 10. I'm tipping the scale at 10 plus.
Yeah, this is the pace you want. 110, about 110. This pace.
Like, it was overwhelming, and I cried, and but I understood. Like, there was an emotional understanding there, I guess, if that's the best way to put it, that I understood what was going on inside my head.
Now we're super close because this is super real.
It's like I got my husband back. I don't like to necessarily use this word, but it was like a miracle, I was able to get my life back as well, because I pretty much put myself on the back burner and had to stretch myself thin for both him and our daughter. And, I don't like to necessarily use this word, but it was like a miracle,
Yeah, I feel like I want to yell at you and be like, where was this before? But I came all the way out from Maine, on a gamble, I didn't know what to expect, I'll be honest, I didn't expect anything.
A few days after he got back, or maybe right away, he goes, I'll put Teresa to bed. And that was kind of it was a shocker, because he previously wasn't able to have the patience to put her to bed.
I feel like I'm better prepared to handle whatever it is that she can throw at me. These things that I think that are unpleasant or stressful or anything like that. She's a kid. I mean, she's got unlimited potential. And I realize that because my potential has not been realized.
I noticed that you're not yelling so much. Mommy noticed that you're not walking back and forth.
Yep.
You noticed that sound pretty good.
I love you, honey.
Love you too.
And so when he came back and he was better, I understood what we had lost as a family, and getting him back was just like a second chance.
She comes and asks me for stuff now. She asks me for my opinion. She asks me what I think. She asks me for help. She asks me for advice. I'm the dad. You know, I'm somebody she can come to, as opposed to somebody who needed to be avoided, or walked around, or skirted, or yeah.
Unbelievable. It's simple. I mean, it's like, it's almost stupid how simple it is, right? You know, like when you go to open a door and you realize it's a push instead of a pull, and you're just like, oh, okay, that's how it works. That's what that's like, you know? You go walk into a door, you push, no, so you just gotta pull. That's what it felt like. If you can get on a bike and spin, you can do this. I mean, you're getting on a bike, and the environment's being presented to you with the help of the machines. I mean, it's, you just need somebody to know how to work it or be taught how to use it. The process itself was not unpleasant at all. I mean, if you've ever had to work hard for something, and people with PTSD are working exceptionally hard at staying alive, we don't need to talk about whatever it is that you're going through. It's good for privacy. Don't feel like talking about it, that's fine. You don't have to. I didn't really talk about it.
The earth unlocked.
It's my personal belief that life is measured in opportunity. You should never deny yourself the opportunity to heal yourself or have a chance at success, because I never stopped saying no to opportunities to heal myself. I eventually accidentally stumbled across this, and I'm very fortunate for that. Good fortune and opportunity. So anybody can get hurt, and anybody who's hurt can have a hard time recovering. These are things that happened to me, and it was a bad time, but I'm still alive, and I didn't really feel that I deserved to like beat down on myself so hard anymore.
When are you coming home? For the icy grip of winter has chilled me to the bone.
This kind of thing can happen to anybody. Your need for validation, if you're injured and you think you are, you definitely are, and it's not the sole realm of being in the military.
Yeah, cardamom in my coffee and jaggery in my tea. Yeah, cardamom in my coffee and jaggery in my tea. And she's the prettiest thing that you will ever see. Yeah, darling, my confession won't be around for long. Yeah, darling, my confession, well, I won't be around for long. For my soul yearns for the open road, and I leave it dawn.